Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today my friends and I are going to present an assignment for CSC 186 Object Oriented Programming course titled Soloz Merchandise Management System. The system we use is BlueJ software to make the program works accordingly. These are the contents in our presentation. The first is about group members, second is about the introduction, the third is about the objective in the project, the fourth is about use case diagram and simple explanation, the fifth is about the class diagram and simple explanation, the sixth is about the video demonstration about the management system, seventh is about the video explanation about the source code in our system, and finally the conclusion. So about group members. Our group members consist of 3 people, which is first is me and myself, Farhan Dinul bin Mat Fazil, second is Muhammad Imtiaz bin Aziz, and third is Muhammad Ikhwan Hakimi Abdul Halim. Next is in the introduction. Soloz is one of the biggest influencers and Facebook streamer in Malaysia. He is well known in the public. As we know, he owns one of the famous and top selling merchandises such as hoodie and jerseys. So we as a team of a programmer is developing a management system to manage the sales record, customer record, and customer details. In this system, the management team can calculate the sales for the merchandises. The system will do the calculation based on the customer details. This system also is important to Soloz merchandises team to find out the profits per product that they produce and which products get the lowest and highest demand. Therefore, we also can trace which Soloz merchandises product that we must decrease or increase the supply in the future to gain more profit and based on the demand. So with this system, their business will become completely more efficient, faster, easier, and facilitate our customers to make order and help the business to make profit. These are the objectives in our project. So the first is to identify the highest sales made from customers for certain month according to user input of the month. Second is to find the lowest product sold to the customer, whether it is jersey or hoodie. The third is to find which product give more profits, whether it is jersey or hoodie. Fourth is about the calculate the average numbers of customer in every quarter of a year. The fifth is to calculate the total sales throughout each month. The sixth is about to sort the product price in ascending or descending order according to the user choice. Seventh is to count size for each product, which is jersey or hoodie ordered by customer for a particular year. Next is to count the number of customer according to their sex by each product, which is jersey and hoodie for a particular year. Lastly is to search the customer record according to the phone number to display the customer detail. Next is the use case diagram. Use case diagram and simple explanation. First, the program starts with the login, but if the user is new, it will register as a new user. Second, it will continue to the main menu that lead to the user to add customer detail or customer record menu. The third, if user choose to add customer detail, they can add customer detail. In customer record menu, the user will enter the phone number, so it will print an output about the customer detail. Then we continue to product menu, where user can choose either to add product details or open sales menu. After that, if the user choose to add product detail, they can simply add product detail. Otherwise, it will lead to sales menu that user can choose many options such as highest sales, lowest product sold, average customer, and other more. Next is class diagram. Class diagram and simple explanation. First, main is the superclass to customer details, product, and user login, which is the subclass. Second, in user login class, user will insert all the attributes and it will be verified by the method verify to verify the username and password. The third is in the product class, it will display the product information, which is product ID, name of the product, and price of the product. Finally, in customer detail class, it store customer detail data, which is name, sex, phone number, address, payment date, and product ID. User will also insert data inside this class. Next is the video demonstration about the management system that are going to present by Ikhwan Hakimi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ikhwan Hakimi bin Abdul Halim. So today I will show you the demonstration about our management system that we create. So the first thing, in the first page it will show us this, which is login page. In this login page we have two options, which is the first option is for existing user and the second option is for new user. So today for the demonstration video, I will become the new user. And then for the registration, I need to enter my user ID and my password. So let's just say my name is Ikhwan, and then my password is 300. So after the registration complete, I will become the existing user. So I will input 1, and then I will enter my user ID Ikhwan 300. Okay, so I will start with higher sales. So I will input 1. Okay, after that they ask us to enter the month. So I think I will enter March, and I will enter 2021. So it shows that in March 2021, Haikal is the highest customer. Okay, so after that we have two options to check for another details or to go back to the sales menu. So I will input 2, and then we go to the lowest product sold. So I will input 2. I will enter the year 2021. So in 2021, the lowest product sold is jersey, and the product that gives more profit is hoodie. So I want to go back to the sales menu, so I will input 2. After that, I will go to the product sales. So I will input 3. And then I will enter year 2021, and it will display all the product sales in each month in 2021. And then I can go back to the sales menu. Okay, after that I will go to option 4, which is average customer, and then I will enter the year, which is 2021. Okay, it will display for the first quarter, which is 2.0 average of customer. The second quarter is 2.0 average of customer. The third quarter is 2.330 average of customer, and the last quarter is we have 3.0 average of customer. And then we can go back to the sales menu. After that, I will continue to option 5, which is customer size, and then I will enter the year, which is 2021. In 2021, for product hoodie, we have 4 size of S, 6 size of M, and 3 size of L. And for jersey, we have 6 size of S, 4 size of M, and 5 size for L. And then I can go back to the sales menu, and then we proceed to the customer sex, which is option 6. In option 6, I will enter the year, which is 2021. In 2021, sales for hoodie for male is 8 people, and hoodie for female is 5 people. And then for jersey, we have 9 people for male and 6 people for female. And then I can go back to the sales menu. Okay, the last option is product sorting, which is option 7. So I will input 7, and then this product sorting menu, we can choose to sort it in ascending order or descending order. So I choose to sort it in descending order, so I will input 2. So in this, hoodie will be the first one and jersey will be the second one. So we have two options to check for another order or go back to the sales menu. So I will input 2, and then the last option is we can go back to the product menu. So I will input 8, and then I input 3 to go back to the main menu. And then the last option is we can exit the system. So I will input 4. Alright, that's all for the demonstration about our management system. So now we will continue with another team members.
Next is the video explanation about the source code in our system that are going to present by Imtiaz.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Imtiaz bin Aziz. So now I will continue with the explanation about the source code. Alright, so there are 4 classes in our program, which is main class, user login class, customer detail class, and product class. So now I will start with the main class. In this class, we use the Java I/O library, Java util scanner, and Java text decimal format. Now I will explain about the main class. Once the program starts, it will execute to the menu page. So I will explain about the menu page. Alright, this method is called static void menu. In this method, we use the scanner to receive input from the user. Here I declare the integer register. So first, the program will print out the welcome to Soloz merchandise sales management and prompt the user to choose either existing user or new user. So if the user choose 1, we will execute to the login method. If user choose 2, we will execute to the register method. Other than that, the system will print out invalid. Okay, now I will explain about the login method. This method is static void login. We also use the scanner to receive input from the user. I declare string user ID, string password, and integer menu. So at first, the system will print out login and prompt the user to input the data, which is user ID and password. So here we declare a new object using the user login class, variable data into the new user login, parameter user ID, password. So here we also declare about the boolean result equal to data.verify. Here we call the verify method, which is in the user login class. Alright, as you can see, this is the verify method in the user login class. So I will explain a little bit about this method. So in this method, we declare boolean flag equal to false, and here we use the read method, which is buffer reader in new buffer reader, new file reader from the register.txt file. So it means that we read the data from the register.txt file. Alright, so in the loop, while data equal to in.readline not equal to null, which means that there is a data in the register.txt file, the loop will continue. So string tokenizer input equal to new string tokenizer data separated by semicolon. So here the two data in the register.txt file. So if ID equals to user ID, here that the user input, and pass equals to password, same here, user input. If both of the user ID and password is true, is same like in the register.txt, it will return true, else it will return false, remain false. So here if result, because we entered the data about the verify method here tadi, verify method in the data.verify, we store the data into the result. So if result return is true, it will execute the main menu method. Else, it will the system will print out invalid login. Please try again. So after that, the system will print out whether to try again or exit the system. So if the user choose 1, which is try again, he will execute back the login method, and if 2, he will print out thank you for our business, have a nice day, and exit the system. Next is the register method. This method is called static void register. In this method, we use the scanner to receive the input from the user. We declare string user ID and string password, and at first, the system will print out register new account and prompt the user to enter the user ID and password, same as before. But here, we use the write method because we want to write this data into the register.txt file. So as usual, print writer rect equal to new print writer, new buffer writer, new file writer, register.txt, the file that we want to write down. So in the file, it will print out like this. The data separated by semicolon and followed by the data again. So this is the catch statement, and after the register is done, it will execute to the menu page. Alright, we continue with the main menu method. This method name is static void main menu, and in this method we use the scanner to receive input from the user. I declare integer menu, and the program will start with the system will print out welcome to Soloz merchandise sales management, and prompt out the user to choose to add customer detail or customer record or product menu or to exit the system. So if user choose 1, it will execute the add customer detail method. If user choose 2, it will execute the record method. If user choose 3, it will execute the product menu method. And other than that, the system will print out thank you for your business, have a nice day, and exited the system. Alright, next is the add customer detail method. This method is to add each customer details. So this method name is static void add customer detail. We use the scanner to receive input from the user, and here I declare several variable, which is name, sets, phone num, address, date, product, integer quantity, char size, and integer design menu. So firstly, the system will print out customer details and prompt the user to input all the data. And here we declare the new object using the customer detail class, data, new customer detail, and parameter following the customer detail class. So here we use the data.addDetail method. We call the addDetail method, which is in the customer detail class. Alright, as you can see, this is the addDetail method in the customer detail class. So I will explain about the method a little bit. This method, we use the write method because we want to store all of this data into the customer.txt file. So as usual, print writer cast, which is the variable, new print writer, new buffer writer, new file writer into the customer.txt file. So in the text file, it will print out like this. The variable, the data, separated by the semicolon, and continue by the data until the end, so on. So this is the catch statement for this method. Alright, so after the data have been stored in the customer.txt file, the system will print out add customer detail or back to main menu. So if the user choose 1, it will execute back the add customer detail method, and other than that, it will execute to the main menu back. Okay, so now I will continue with the record method. In this method, we use the scanner to receive input from the user, and we also use the decimal format to format the decimal point into the 2 decimal point only. So we declare string phone num integer menu. So at first, the system will print out customer record and prompt the user to enter the customer phone number, because we want to search the customer records based on the phone number. So here we declare new object customer detail array cust_r equal to customer detail dot search phone num. So we call the search method, which is in the customer detail class. So as you can see here, this is the search method in the customer detail class. So I will explain a little bit. In this method, we will receive the string pnum as the parameter. So we declare customer detail array cust_d equal to new customer detail with the size of 999. So here we use the read method because we want to read the data in the customer.txt file. So as usual, buffer reader in equal to new buffer reader, new file reader customer.txt. So here we declare string data equal to null and integer I equal to 0. So in the while loop, data equal to in.readLine, which means it will read line by line, not equal to null, which means there is a data in the customer.txt file. So it will read the data and separated by the semicolon. So in this method, we also use the split method because we want to split the date by slash into the 3 parts. So we declare integer mm and integer yy. So the data in the first index will be parsed into the integer mm, and in the second index it will stored in the integer yy. So if pnum dot equals, in our case, phone num, like in the record method here, cast d bracket I, new customer detail and all the parameter in this class I++. So this is the catch method. This is the catch statement. So it will return cast d. So here back to the loop. For loop, int I equal to 0, I less than cast r dot length I++. If cast ri not equal to null, so it means that if there is a data in this cast ri, it will execute the to this part. The system will print out cast ri dot toString method, which is in the customer detail class. This is the toString method. So the data that stored into the cast r, yeah, which we use the search method, will be transferred into the toString method by sequence, followed by the product name, product.search, because this part we move to the product class because we want to search the detail in the product.txt file. So here, as you can see, this is the search method in the product class. So as usual, the product will receive string pro id as the parameter. Product, we declare product prods equal to null. So we use the read method because we want to read the data in the product.txt file. So while data equal pro.readline not equal to null, which means there is a data in the product.txt, you will read the data and separated by the semicolon. This is all the data that will be print out in the product.txt. And if pro id equals, in our case, PID here, prods equal to new product PID name price, and it will break the loop. It will break. So this is the catch statement, and it will return the prods value. So the prods value will be written into this parameter. So here we call the get products in the customer detail class, and get name from the product class. So followed by the total payment, plus here we use the df2.format because we want to format the value into the 2 decimal point only, and cast r.calculate price. Calculate price, we call it from the customer detail class. So as you can see, this is the calculate price method. Alright, so in this method we declare string PID equal to products, double total equal to 0, double add-on equal to 0. So if design equal to 1, add-on will be 10. If design equal to 2, add-on will be 0. So here we declare product pro data equal to product.search PID. So yang search PID ni, this search.pid from the product search method in the product class. So the data will be stored into the pro data. So total equal to prodata.getPrice, get price from the product class, multiple by quantity plus add-on multiple by quantity. So we will get the total price. So the total price will be transferred into this part. So we will get the total payment for each customer. So after the calculation is done, the system will print out search another customer record or back to main menu. If user choose 1, it will search another customer record. It will execute the record method, and other than that, it will return to main menu. Alright, that is the product menu. So in this method, it will display product menu. So we use the scanner to receive input from the user. We declare integer pro. So at first, the system will print out the product menu and prompt the user to choose either product details or sales or back to main menu. So if user choose 1, it will execute the product detail method. If user choose 2, it will execute to the sale m method. It will choose. If user choose 3, it will execute to the main menu method. Else, it will execute back the product menu. Alright, so in the product detail, it will display product menu and add product detail. So we use the scanner to receive input from the user, and we declare string pro ID, string name, and double price. So firstly, the program will start with display product details menu and prompt the user to enter this data, which is pro ID, name, and price. So here we want to store this data into the product.txt file. So we use the write method. So as usual, print writer pro new print writer, new buffer writer, new file writer into the product.txt class, product.txt file. So here pro.println, which means that we want to store our data into the product.txt file by sequence like this. We start the data separated by semicolon and continue by the data and so on. So this is the catch statement, and after the start process is done, it will execute back to the product menu. Okay, moving on to the sales menu method, which is static void sale m. In this method, we also use the scanner to receive input from the user. We declare integer sale. So the system will print out sales menu and prompt the user to choose either all of these 8 options. So as usual, if the user choose 1, it will execute the high m method. If user choose 2, low m method. If user choose 3, pro sales method. If user choose 4, if m method. If user choose 5, C size m method. If user choose 6, C sets m method. If user choose 7, sort m method. And the last one is the user will back to the product menu. Okay, so the next one is static void high m to display highest menu and highest sales. So in this method, we use the scanner to receive input from data. We also declare integer month, year, and menu. So the system will start with print out highest sales menu and prompt the user to enter this data, which is month and year. So here we declare customer detail from the customer detail class, variable highest equal to high month year with the parameter month and year. We call the high method, which is here. So I will explain about the high method. So this method is static customer detail high with the parameter integer month and integer year. We declare here double H cell sale equal to -1, customer detail highest equal to null. So here we want to read the data from the customer.txt file. So we use the read method as usual. And here we declare string data equal to null and integer I equal to 0. So it will read the data in the customer.txt file like this and separated by the semicolon. So just like before, we also use the split method to split the date to month and year by slash. So here, if equal to month, which is the user input here, and equal to year, the customer detail cast data equal to new customer detail, and all the parameter like the customer detail class, double temp equal to cast data dot calculate price, which is we call the calculate price method, which is this method. And then we move on to the next. If h cell equal to -1, highest equal to cast data, and h cell equal to temp, else if temp is biggest or equal to h cell, highest equal to cast data, and h cell equal to temp, else it will continue the loop. So this is the catch method, and it will return highest. So the data will be stored into the highest variable, and here into this variable which is highest. So if highest not equal to null, which is there is a data in the highest, the system will print out the name dot highest dot get name. We call the get name to get the name from the customer detail class, and followed by system.print sales rm highest dot calculate price. We call the calculate price method here. So other than that, it will show that no record, which means no record about the month or year that we entered. After that, the system will print out check another details or back to sales menu. So if the user choose 1, the user can check another month or year, because it will execute back the high M method, else it will back to the sale M method. Next is the low M method, static void low M. In this method, we use the scanner to receive the input from the user. We also declare integer year and menu. At first, the system will print out lowest product sold menu and prompt the user to enter year, because in this menu we want to search which is the lowest product sold and product that gives more profits. So here we declare product lowest equal to low year and product profit equal to prof year. Both of these are the method that we also use in this program. So I will explain about the low method. This low method is to read and identify the lowest product sold. So static product low with the integer with the parameter integer year. So here we declare double lowest sales equal to -1, product lowest equal to null. So here we want to read the data from the product.txt file. So we use the read method as usual. We also declare the string data equal to null. So data while data equal to pro.readline not equal to null, which means there is a data. It will read the data separated by the semicolon, all of this data. So product we declare a new object, product p data equal to new product PID. So this is the variable p data. So here we also declare double temp equal to calculate sales year PID. We also create a calculate sales method, and I will explain it later. So if lowest sales equal to -1, lowest equal to p data, and lowest sales equal to temp. So here else if temp lowest lower than or equal to lowest sales equal to p data, lowest equal to p data, and lowest sales equal to temp, else it will continue the loop. So this is the catch statement, and it will return lowest. Next I will explain about the prof method. So static product prof, same as before, parameter integer year. So basically we actually use the same method, because we also read the data from the product.txt, and same as before, all of the method is same, just like low method before. So after the calculation, it will return profit. So as you can see, low method and profit method just a contra methods. So next, the return value will be passed into the lowest and profit variable, and if lowest not equal to null, which means there is a data, the system will print out lowest product sold plus lowest dot get name from the product class. And system dot print out line product that gives more profit is profit dot get name also from the product class. So after else, the system will print out no record. After all the calculation is done, the system will print out to will prompt the user to check another details or back to sales menu. So if the user choose 1, it will execute this low M method back, and other than that, it will back to the sale M menu. Okay, now we will continue with the pro sales method. This is a static void pro sales method. In this method, we use the scanner as usual. We also declare integer year and integer menu. At first, the system will print out product sales menu and prompt the user to enter a year, because we want to display sales for this product for a particular year. So that's why we want to use the year data. So here we have fixed the month list array, string array month list with all of the months in a year. So the process is for loop integer I equal to 0, I less than month list dot length I plus plus. So the system outprint month list, it will start with 0 plus sales, and sales calculate sales. Here we call the calculate sales method. So wait, I will explain about the calculate sales method. So this method is to calculate total sales for each month by year. So this static double calculate sales with the parameter integer month and integer year. So here we declare double sales equal to 0. We want to calculate from the customer, from using the data from the customer.txt file. So we use the read method as usual, and we declare string data equal to null. So while data, this is when the system will read the data separated by the semicolon. So we also use the split method here to split the date into 3 parts. So if equal to month, like this, and equal to year, customer detail plus, we declare a new object here, customer detail cast data, new customer detail, sales plus equal to cast data dot calculate price. So we also call the calculate price method here from the calculate price method from the customer detail class. So this is the catch statement, and it will return the sales, total sales for a month in a year. So the value will be written in this part because we call the calculate sales method here. So it will print out the month list, follow the month list array. It will start with 0 index, 1 index, second index, like that. So it will start with January, sales RM, calculate sales like we calculate here using the calculate sales method. Next, after it will display all of the month in that particular year. It will display all of the months in a particular year. So next, the system will print out the from the user to choose either to check another year or back to sales menu. So if user choose 1, it will execute back this pro sales method to check another year. Other than that, it will return back to the sale m method. Alright, next I will explain about the if m method. In this method, we want to display average customer menu and display average customer for every quarter of year. So the method name is static void if m. So in this method, we use the scanner to receive input from the user, and we use the decimal format to format our decimal point into 2 only. So we also declare integer year and integer menu. At first, the system will print out average customers menu and prompt the user to enter year because we want to find the average for average numbers of customer for a particular year. So here we declare double array average list equal to if cast year. This here we call the if cast method. So I will explain about the if cast method first. Alright, so this method is to calculate average number for every quarter of year. So static double array if cast with the parameter integer year. So here we declare integer array temp count equal to new integer 4 because as you all know, every quarter of year there are 4 quarter in a year. So that's why we put 4 as the array size. Here integer cast counting equal to 0, integer s equal to 0, and double array average same as before, the size is also 4. So the calculation for integer I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 12, I plus plus. So if cast counting plus equal count cast, because we have to find the number of customer to find the average. So if I modulus 3 equal to 0, so temp count adds equal to cast counting. So adds will be plus plus. So next we will reset back the value in cast counting equal to 0 because we don't want to repeat the data value in the cast counting. So we reset the cast counting into 0 back. So the next loop is for integer j equal to 0, j less than temp count dot length j plus plus. Here it will execute the average j equal to temp count j divided by 3 because 1 quarter of year is equal to 3 months. That's why we divide by 3. So it will return the average. So I will explain as I said before. There is a count cast method. We use this method to count numbers of customer. So the name is static integer count cast with the parameter integer month and integer year because we want to find by month and by year. So integer count cast equal to 0. So we have to use the data from the customer.txt file. So we use the read method as usual. So here the reading process separated by the semicolon, and we also use the split method here to split the date data into 3 parts. So if equal to month and YY equal to year, count cast will be updated plus plus. So this is the catch statement and it will return the count cast. So now we have the number of customer for each month and year. So we will use the data into the if cast method to calculate the average customers for every quarter of year. So now we have the if cast data here stored into the average list variable. So this looping is for loop. integer I equal to 0, I less than average list dot length I plus plus. So if meets the condition, the system will print out I plus 1, which quarter, which means I now is 0. So if plus 1, we can say it 1 quarter, and it will be updated. So the 2, 3, 4 quarter will be updated too. So plus dengan df2 format, because we want to format the average decimal point to 2 only. So we put the average list variable here, and after the calculation is done, the system will print out the user to choose, check another year, or back to sales. So if the user choose 1, the system will execute the fm method back, and other than that, it will execute to sale m back. Okay, now I will continue with the C size m method. This method is to display customer size menu and display number of customer for each size. So in this method, we use scanner to receive input from the user, and we also declare int year and menu. So at first, the system will print out customer size menu and prompt the user to enter a year, because we want to search for a particular year. So here, we want to read the data in the product.txt file, so we use the read method as usual. So while data equal to pro.readline not equal to null, which means there is a data, and the process will be reading the data separated by the semicolon. So here we declare char array C size, and we also have fixed the data in the C size variable, which is SML, because we also saw SML size only. So the system will print out product plus name from this data and begin the loop. The loop is int I equal to 0, I less than C size dot length I plus plus. So the system will print out size plus C size, I equal to 0. This is 0, 1 and 2 index, plus by count size, PID, C size, and year. So we just call count size method here. Okay, so I will explain a bit about the count size method. So this is the count size method. This method is to count each size for each product. So this method name is static integer count size with the parameters string PID, char C size, and integer year. So we declare integer count equal to 0, and we have to take the data from the customer.txt file. So we have to use the read method to read the data in the customer.txt file. So here the reading process with the separated with the semicolon, and we also use the date split method here to split the date into 3 parts. So if product dot equals, in our case, PID, and here PID, and YY equal to year, if C size equal to size, this size from this method, count plus plus. So the count will be updated. So, and this is the catch statement, and it will return the count for size in this method. So the return value will be stored in here, because we call the method here. And then this is the catch statement, and after the calculation is done, the system will print out and prompt the user to choose either to check another year or back to sales menu. So if user choose 1, it will execute back the C size M method, and other than that, it will return back to sale M method. Okay, next is the C sets M method, which is to display customer sets menu and display number of customer for each gender. So basically this method is almost the same as before, which is C sets size C size M, because here we want to count the number of customer by gender, but before this we want to count by size. So basically the method that we use are the same. So we, as usual, use the scanner to receive input, and we declare integer year and menu. So at first the system will print out customer sets menu and prompt the user to enter a year, because we want to search for a particular year. So now as before, we have to read the data from the product.txt file, so we use the read method. So here we read the data and separated by the semicolon, and the difference is now we have to use sets, not size. So we declare string array C sets and feeds the data to male and female. So the calculation is the same as before. System out print here product plus name here, and for loop the system will print out sets plus C sets I, which is this, the first, the 0 and 1 index, count sets. So the count sets method is almost fully same as before, just repeat the same method, but in this method we will return the count for sets. The other method will return the count for size. So when we get the number of customer, it will store it here, and it will display the sets, C sets I, and the number of the sets for each gender. So after the calculation is done, the system will print out and to prompt the user to check another year or back to sales menu. And if the user choose one, the user can check another C sets M, will execute the C sets M method, and other than that, it will back to sale M method. Okay, so the last method is sort M method. This method is to display product sorting menu and display sorted product. So in this method, we use the scanner to receive input from the user, and we declare integer choice and integer menu. So at first, the program will print out product sorting menu and prompt the user to choose ascending order or descending order. So here we declare product array listing equal to null. So if choice equal to 1 or choice equal to 2, listing equal to sorting choice. Other than that, else it will execute sort M back. So here we call the sorting method. So I will explain a little bit about the sorting method. So the sorting method is to sort each product by price. So the method name is static product array sorting with the parameter integer choice. So here we declare product array listing equal to new product with the size of 999, product temp equal to null. So we have to take the data from the product.txt file. So we will use the read method as usual. So the reading process is here separated by the semicolon, and then we declare listing ads equal to new product. Ads will be updated ads plus. Alright, so the catch statement, and this is the sorting process. So the first loop is for integer I equal to 0, I less than listing.length I plus. You will get into here. If listing I not equal to null, means there is a data here. We will move to the second loop. The second loop is for integer j equal to I plus 1, j less than listing dot length j plus plus. So it will go to here. If listing j not equal to null, which means there is a data, it will execute to here. If choice equal to 1. So if choice equal to 1, and the other condition is if listing j get price, you get the price from here, less than listing I dot get price. So it will execute like temp equal to listing I equal to listing j, and listing j equal to temp. So else if choice equal to 2, we'll just listing j will be bigger than listing I, and this process remain the same. So it will return the listing. So when we get the value for using the sorting method, we'll move on to the second if. If listing not equal to null, the loop is for int I equal to 0, I less than listing dot length I plus plus. So if listing I not equal to null, the system will print out listing I dot get name from the product class plus rm plus listing I dot get price. So it will print out the sorting following by the user choose, which is ascending or descending order, the sorted product by price. So else the system will be print out no record, and after the calculation is done, the system will print out and prompt the user to check another order or back to sales menu. So if the user enter 1, it will execute back the sort m method, and other than that, it will execute the sale m method back to the sale m method. Okay, so I'm done with explaining about the main class. So I will show you about the other class. So we will start with user login class. So in this class, we also use the Java.io library and Java.io string tokenizer. So as usual, this is the declaration, and this is our default constructor, normal constructor. So this is our accessor method and mutator method. So in this class, we just have one process method, which is verify method. So the next class is customer detail class. So in this class, we also use the Java.io library and Java.io string tokenizer, same as before. Here we declare our declaration part, and this is our default constructor and normal constructor. Alright, so all of this is our accessor method and our mutator method. Alright, so in this customer detail class, we have the several of process method. So the first method is add detail method. The second one is calculate. Before that, this add detail method is to add customer detail into customer text file. Alright, so the second method is calc price, which is to calculate total price. And the next method is method search, which is to search and read the data from customer text file. So the last one is our display method, public string to string, to display customer details. So the last class is product class. In this class, we also use Java.io library, and this is our declaration part, default constructor and normal constructor. Alright, so this is our accessor method and mutator method. So in this product class, we just have one method, process method, which is search method, which is to search and read the data from the product text file. So with that is the end I think that is all from me about the explanation about our management system source code. So thank you so much.
Finally, the conclusion. In conclusion, our project is about merchandise management system that shows the customer record and detail for a particular year. The system also helps the management team to check the profit and sales of each of the product. Besides, this product also provides the easiest way to show the customer's favorite merchandise product which we can sell more in the future. The system is very convenient to use as it has a sorting features that can sort the product price in ascending or descending order according to the user choice. In addition, this program also provides a searching features that allow the management team to search for customers' information based on their phone number. Last but not least, the system can facilitate the selling process for the management team and provide the easy use for the customer. This program is a joint effort from the members of the group. That's all for us. Thank you so much and have a nice day.